All right, students, welcome back after the break. Let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. Guys and girls, please settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down quickly. Chalo. Everyone listen now. Guys, listen. People over here now. See, section number 7.1, A we are done, A we are done, B we are done, and C we are done. Listen, once we are done with section number 7.1, A, B, and C, we know that an activity is falling in supply. Now, once an activity is falling in the definition of supply, now we have to see whether that activity is a supply of goods or supply of service. 1 minute. First of all, we have to see whether supply or not. Where do we see whether an activity is supply or not? Section 7.1, A, B, and C. Now we will see whether the activity is supply of goods or supply of, and that is told in schedule 2. Let's go ahead and now discuss schedule 2. Please come. Schedule 2, everyone listen. When you go to section number 7.1A, no, 7.1A says whether an activity will be supply of goods or supply of service, please go to schedule 2. So basically, when you go from section number 7.1 to 7.1A, 7.1A says what? Whether an activity will be supply of goods or supply of service, please go where? Schedule 2 and please check. In schedule 2, you can check whether it is supply of goods or it is supply of. So now we are going to discuss schedule 2. Everyone see. When you go over here, in the GST Act, in the last when you see, we had learned schedule 1, right? Now we have schedule 2. Activity or transaction to be treated as supply of goods or supply of, and this is schedule 2 over here. 1 minute. Okay. Too much zoom. See, activity or transaction is to be treated as supply of goods or supply of, that is told in schedule 2, and schedule 2 has how many paragraph? 6 paragraphs. 7th one is deleted. It has only 6, and 6 paragraphs we are going to talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, everyone? Chalo. So in schedule 2, people, in schedule 2, are we going to learn something or are we just going to learn whether something is supply of goods or supply of service? That's it. Chalo. So in schedule 2, first paragraph which is there goes ahead and talks about transfer. It says, if you go ahead and transfer title in goods, it is always supply of goods. What do you mean by title in goods, everyone? Ownership. So for an example, I am a seller of car. I sold one car. I sold one. When I sell a car, first of all, my question is, do I give you the possession of the car? And then I give the ownership also. What they are telling, if you give the title in the goods to someone else, 1 minute, I sold a mobile phone. Is it supply? Section number 7.1, sale for a consideration in the course of business. Supply done. Okay. First of all, it has to be supply under section number 7.1. Done. Whether it is supply of now goods or supply of service. I sold a mobile phone, whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. Who told? 7.1A. It says, see, whenever there is a transfer of title in goods, title means what? It will always be supply of. Okay. Right in goods or undivided share is always supply of service. Sir, what do you mean by this? Listen. What do you mean by right in goods? Right in goods or undivided share. Let's understand. A is there, B is there, C is there. What they decided? that they will go ahead and create one joint venture. A, B, C decided they'll create a joint wherein they bought one machine. Can you tell me what is this, everyone? They bought the JCB machine. Okay. What is the work going to be? A, B, C decided we will give this JCB machine on rent, and we will earn rent every hour. We will give rent, and hourly rent we will earn from people. JCB machines etc. are given on rent per hour basis. Okay, everyone. So their work is what? They will earn rent. Who is the owner? A, B, and does A have some right in the goods? Does B have some right in the goods? Does C have some right in the goods? Now, you know what happened? One fine day, B told, I am leaving the joint venture going. I don't want to do this venture anymore. Can B say like this? Yes. Can B say like this that I will take only the front portion, I will take the tires and I will go? No, but he has some right in the goods, no? Are you guys able to understand? That right in or undivided share. Does he have some share which can't be divided? So it's called undivided. Now what happened? D came inside the joint venture. So B transferred his right. He did not transfer the title in the goods. He did not transfer ownership. He told, I have some right in the goods, which is undivided. Can't divide it. I can't say I can take only this much portion and go. No. So that right, when you transfer to someone, that from today, the JCB may, my right I am leaving and I am giving the right to you. When I give the right to you, not right to use, right in the right which I had in the goods, I am giving it to you. I am giving you supply of goods or supply of service. Supply of. It means when you don't transfer the ownership, but you have some right in the goods, and that right which you have, if you give it to someone, you are giving goods or service. Did you guys understand this? So when B transferred the right to D, he is giving what? Supply of. Is my point clear to all? Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Transfer of title in future or hire purchase. What do you mean by transfer of title in future, everyone? What is hire purchase? Okay. You came to my showroom. People listen. I gave you a car. Possession given immediately. But you have to keep paying the installment. Ownership will be given when? When you pay the last installment, I will give you the ownership. See, if ownership is given immediately, means I sold you one car for an example and immediately gave you the ownership. It means I gave you the possession of the car also immediately and ownership also. When I give the possession as well as the ownership, it is supply of what? Goods. But I gave you the possession today. But I told I keep giving the installment. When you pay the last installment, future may I will give you the ownership when you pay the last. My question is the ownership going to you in future? But today, when I give you the car, whether it is supply of goods or supply of service, they clarified that title ownership might be transferred in future, but still it will be a supply of. Please tell me, are we clear with the first point? Everyone is clear? Can I move to the next one, everyone? 1 minute. I gave you the possession also, I gave you the ownership also. Transfer of title, supply of. Everyone with me? Transfer of. Supply of goods. Secondly, I had some right in the goods. That right I transferred to you. Did I give you the goods or I did not give you the goods? I just gave my right in the goods. I gave it to you. Giving of right is a supply of. I gave the possession of the goods today, but I told ownership I will give it to you only when you pay the last installment. It is also called hire. When you are buying something on installment, you pay the last installment, only then the ownership will be given. But today I gave you the possession. Ownership I will give in future. When I am selling you this item, it is supply of goods or supply of service. Is my first one clear to all of you? Next. Second one talks about lease, tenancy or easement to occupy land. 1 minute. Land is what? Movable, immovable? Land is what? Movable or immovable? Immovable. Land is immovable. It is goods or service? Land is actually a service. And land, when you give it on rent, when you give it on lease, it's supply of goods or supply of service? For an example, I have a land which is there. Okay. Quick, 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 quick. Nowadays, bottles are like missile. They fall, no, there will be so much of noise. Okay. Now listen. I have one land which is there. Land, I went ahead and gave it on rent. Why do I give it on rent? To earn income. Anything done to earn income is what? Business. Do you guys agree with me? People might say, sir, I gave my house on rent. I'm not trying to do business. Arre, you're trying to earn money. When you're trying to earn money, that is what? Doing business. What they are telling over here, if land you give it on lease, tenancy I'll explain. I am not, you don't cut anything. As of now, I'm not explained. I'll explain you. When you give it on lease, easement. You remember easement? This is my home. This is my office. There's a land in between. Correct? I told you this land belongs to, supposingly, I remember I had given Chandana's example. Yes, I told Chandana, this land ka path you give it to me so that I can go to office, come back home. This is known as giving path, is known as easement. If anybody gives you easement so that you can easily go to your office, come back home, this is known as what, everyone? Easement. So if anyone gives you land rent pay, land given on lease, or easement is given to occupy what? It is always supply of. Baba, land is a service. Giving land on rent, leasing it out will always be a supply of. Next. Lease, letting out of building. People, building is what? Goods or service? And building is what, everyone? And building, if you give it on lease or you rent it out, you are giving what? Supply of. Simple clarification has come. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, I want to teach you something called Pagadi system. Sir, what do you mean by this Pagadi system? Let's understand. Everyone over here now. Sir, Pagadi. Arey Baba, this circular is there on Pagadi system. Let's first understand the circular. People listen. What is a Pagadi system? A Pagadi system means earlier it used to happen. Pagadi. You came to me. People listen carefully. Everyone over here now listen. Listen. I have a house which is there. I have a house. You came and told me, sir, can you make me your tenant for lifetime? Earlier, this used to be prevalent, wherein people used to sell their tenancy right. They used to say, now, for an example, Swaroop came and told me, sir, I want to be your tenant for lifetime. I'm not selling him my home. People listen carefully. I'm not selling him my home. But I told, okay, Swaroop, you will be my tenant for lifetime. I will go ahead and give you my tenancy rights. It means now I cannot throw you out of my property. You have to give me, but you have to give me tenancy premium. You have to give me tenancy. It means now you will come and stay in my home and I can't throw you out of my home because I've given you my tenancy rights. My right that I can keep a tenant is now given to you. Now you will be my tenant for lifetime. Even if you are shouting in the home, doing whatever, I can't throw you out of the home. You are my tenant for, you paid me tenancy premium. This system of giving tenancy right and taking tenancy premium is known as which system, everyone? You know what used to happen? I'll tell you. My house is there. I need 10 lakh rupees suddenly. I don't want to sell the house. So what people used to do, no? People used to sell their tenancy right, saying, okay, earlier it used to be prevalent. People used to sell their tenancy right, saying, okay, I'm selling you my tenancy right, give me 10 lakh rupees. Now I will not throw you out of my home. You are my tenant for lifetime. People listen. Whenever you are giving someone your tenancy right, it means, are you giving him permission to occupy your house? So people, giving anything on tenancy or giving tenancy right will always be a supply of. My question to you guys, giving tenancy right and taking tenancy premium, is it supply? 1 minute. Are you doing an activity? Are you doing it for consideration? Are you doing it to earn money? Is it supply? So giving tenancy right is supply of goods or supply of service? Simple clarification, it's a supply of service. Anyone, any doubt till here? Are anyone, any doubt? Can I go ahead? Now, okay, people listen carefully. From this guy, we will take monthly rent also. What will we take? Array, we have actually given him tenancy right, but we have also given him house on rent, no? Is he going to stay in my house? For that, monthly rent is also taken. So there are two things. One is I have given you the tenancy right and you have given me the tenancy premium. Now, will I throw you out of my property? No. But you have to pay me monthly rent. Now, I am also taking from you monthly rent. For an example, 10,000 rupees. Giving a property on rent, is it supply of service? Are tell no. Is it supply of service? 1 minute. First is, people over here, first I gave you tenancy right. You gave me tenancy premium. My question is, it is supply of service. Will GST come on this? Okay, now you know what happened. I also gave you my house on rent because you are now going to stay in my house. Our rights given is different and giving the house on rent. See, I gave you my tenancy right. Now you will stay in my property, but will you pay me monthly rent or not? Why will you pay me the monthly rent? Because you are my tenant. Bulk amount to you gave me, but are you also going to pay me monthly rent? Yes or no? That monthly rent also will come from you because I have given you the property on rent. Now listen. They have gone ahead and told over here one point. They have told Pagadi system means transferring of tenancy right and receiving what tenancy? So if anybody gives tenancy right and receives tenancy premium, it is always a supply of service. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now listen. People listen carefully. When we go to the chapter of exemption, no, one point will come. In the chapter of exemption, one point will come. Listen. Just a second, everyone. Focus is gone from the camera. Camera, focus. Just a second. Okay, the focus is back. Everyone, let's start. Listen. Now, people, we were understanding Pagadi system. If I give you my tenancy right and receive tenancy premium, supply of goods or supply of service? Now listen. Hold. Now, when we go to the chapter of exemption, one point will come. Listen. Exemption में government has told renting of residential house for residential. You tell me one thing. What are the three basic necessities of a human being? Food, clothing, shelter. Nowadays, mobile is also there. But no, we will talk only about food, clothing and... Now listen. What government has told in the exemption chapter, you tell me one thing. If I give my house on rent to you, it is supply of service. If I collect, listen, I gave you my house on rent. I have to collect GST and pay GST to the government. When I collect GST and give GST to the government, if supposingly I have given you a house on rent for 10,000 rupees and I collect from you 10,000 plus GST, will house become expensive for you? Think no. And hence government says, Ramesh, whenever you are giving a house on rent, please don't collect any GST because food, clothing and shelter should always be GST free. It should not be expensive. And hence, in our food, clothing and shelter. Food and clothing also, I will come to it, Baba. As of now, you leave food, clothing. Government told basic food, basic some clothing item and shelter. Government told there will be no GST. As of now, we are learning only shelter. Food and clothing, you forget. GST is there. Forget. Okay? Now, what government told? Shelter pay, there should not be any. And hence, government told, Ramesh, listen. Whenever you are giving, 1 minute, people. I went ahead and gave another person my house के लिए tenancy rights. He will give me tenancy. For an example, I gave him the tenancy right. Is it supply of service? Should I collect GST from him? Yes, but government told Ramesh, if it's a residential property, if it's a residential property, it means it's a house, he will stay. Don't charge him GST, because if you collect GST from him, the house will become expensive. Is my point clear to all? In the same place, 1 minute, people, is this clear? Supposingly, I have a commercial shop. And one person came, commercial shop on Pagadi system were given earlier. It was given earlier. Nowadays, it does not happen, but earlier it used to happen. So what happens? I gave him my tenancy right. I told, now you will be my tenant for lifetime. But it's a commercial property. And he paid me tenancy premium. My question is, giving of tenancy right, is it supply of service? Will GST come? Yes. Now listen. Is it residential property or commercial property? When you have taken the property for doing commerce, government says, Ramesh, do full commerce with him. Charge GST and give it to me. Are you guys able to understand? Listen. When you have taken my property for residential purpose, then will I charge you GST or no GST? Why? Because residence. But when we learned the exemption chapter, did I show you that renting for residential purpose is exempted? So when I am giving it to you for commercial purpose, will I charge GST or I will not charge GST? That time GST will come. There is no exemption. Is my point clear to all? Everyone clear? Please tell me, shall I go ahead or are we clear with this point? What I have explained, are we clear? Next. Now tell me one thing. Will I also charge you a monthly rent? Tell no. Now monthly rent which I am charging you, will that be GST come or GST will be exempted if it is residential property? Tenancy premium also exempted. The monthly rent also there will be no. So if I charge you a tenancy premium of 10 lakh rupees, will I charge you GST or I will not charge GST? If I charge you per month monthly rent of 10,000, will I charge you GST or no GST? Is my point clear? But giving of tenancy right, is it supply of service? Okay. If it is commercial property, for that also monthly rent I will charge you. If monthly rent I am charging, will I charge GST? Why? Government says, Ramesh, when you are renting residential property, don't collect any GST. But if you are renting commercial property, collect GST and pay GST to the government. First tell me, these 4 points which I told, are we all 100% clear? See. These 4 points, are we clear? Tell Swarup. First you understand this, that I will come back to it. Are we clear, everyone? Can we go ahead? Now listen, when we are talking about tenancy right, we are not talking about selling the house. We are just giving the right. Selling of house, it will come. Don't worry. See here, sale of building, it will come. Then I will discuss that building wala point. Okay? Ha. Owner is not a registered person. Why do owner has to be registered? Ha. Now when you have to pay GST for the government, only if owner is a registered person, he will pay GST. If owner is not registered, can I go ahead, everyone? That paying of GST wala point, I will come to it when we talk about other things. It will come in future. Yes, madam. You have to see whether you have given your building for residential purpose or you have given for commercial purpose. So which floor are you giving? So you make separate agreement. First one when you are giving, then there is no GST for residential purpose. If you are giving for commercial purpose, there will be GST. One building, one floor is residential, one floor is commercial. You are giving for residential, that amount ke liye don't charge GST. If you are making a separate agreement for commercial, then for that amount you don't charge, you charge GST. Can we go ahead, everyone? Now listen. People, tell me one thing. Can it happen that this guy, when he's vacating the property and going, he might tell the owner, hey, I will now sell this tenancy right to someone else. Yes. Listen, listen, listen. I sold you the tenancy right. Now you will be my tenant for lifetime. When you will vacate and go, no, you will tell, sir, my friend ko I will send my tenancy right. You sold the tenancy right to your friend. You know what people do? People first buy the tenancy right, pay you tenancy premium of supposedly 10 lakh. Today, when he is vacating the property and going after 5 years, he will sell the tenancy right to someone else. Until now, you go and stay in that property. Are you guys able to understand? So when he is selling the tenancy right, he will collect tenancy. From an example, he had bought it only for 10 lakh. You know how much he'll sell for? 20 lakh, 25 lakh, he'll sell it. Now, my question over here, is he giving property on rent or is he doing business in tenancy right? Correct or not? So when he is selling the tenancy right and collecting tenancy premium, will he collect GST and pay GST to the government? Yes, everyone. Is giving tenancy right supply of service. Okay, 1 minute. What if this guy was selling the tenancy right to his friend? People, 1 minute. He is selling the tenancy and he is collecting 20 lakh rupees. Is this supply of service? Will GST come? Baba, residential property. But this owner, when he is giving on rent, then he is renting residential property. When the person who is leaving and going, he is selling the tenancy right. He is doing what, everyone? Business. And GST will. Whether it was commercial property or residential property, when the person who is leaving and going, people, when the person who is he is selling the tenancy right, he is doing business in the tenancy right, and whatever amount he collects, he will have to pay GST. Is my point clear to all? My question to all of you, everyone listen. One person gave me residential house on rent. Tenancy right given, tenancy premium paid. For residential house, taxable or exempt? I gave monthly rent, taxable or exempt? Clear? I went ahead when I was leaving the property, residential property, I sold the tenancy right further or I sold it back to him only. I can sell it further or I can sell it back also. Do you guys agree? I can tell him, hey, you want it? You give me 20 lakh rupees, I'll give the rights back to you. Can it happen? I can sell it back to him or I can sell it outside. When I sell it outside or I give it back and I receive an amount, will that be taxable? Yes. Why? Because I am not giving residential house on rent. I am doing business in tenancy rights. Is my point clear? I want to ask about this. Commercial property. Owner gave me the tenancy right, collected tenancy premium. Taxable, not taxable? Collected monthly rent, taxable, not taxable? When I'm leaving and going, I'm selling it further. Taxable, not taxable? Can I ask you one last question? Are we all clear with this first? People, shall I explain again or got it? Got it? Chalo, tell me one thing. This guy who has now come in, he is known as the incoming tenant, new tenant. He will also pay monthly rent or not? If he is paying monthly rent to the owner, array, tenancy right to done. When he is paying monthly rent to the owner, is it for residential property? Taxable or exempt? Sure? 100%? Okay. When he is paying monthly rent, why taxable? Commercial property. Very good, everyone. Did you guys 100% get it? Okay, if you got it, I want you to read one question. Okay. Array, don't go here and there. First read the question. Wait. People. Question number 14. I want you to read it once, then I will explain. Read. Happy. Read. Done. Chalo, let's understand. Mr. Happy. We'll draw Happy over here. Mr. Happy, ठीक है? Happy is very happy. Has a huge residential property at a prime location in Mumbai. He lets out first and second floor to Mr. Peace for residential purpose. People, Peace how to draw? Peace. ठीक है? He is Mr. Peace. Arey, you understood? He is showing Peace. ठीक है? Now, he has a residential property. Residential property. He gave the residential property का tenancy right. Mr. Peace, 1 minute. He gave in the month of April tenancy right, and he would have given the tenancy. That they are not asking in the question. What they are telling? Mr. Peace surrendered his tenancy right to Serene. How to draw Serene now? He's Serene. ठीक है? He gave the tenancy right to whom? In the month of June. ठीक है? Then what happened? For premium of 10 lakh. How much is Serene going to pay? My question over here. When he sold the tenancy right and received tenancy premium, taxable or exempt? Why taxable? Because he is just doing business in the tenancy right, and hence it will be always, it will be taxable. Then next. On 1st June, Mr. Serene has also paid the applicable stamp duty, etc. Moreover, Mr. Serene has agreed to pay a monthly rent of 1 lakh to Mr. Happy. People, 1 minute. He is going to pay monthly rent of 1 lakh. Is it residential property? Is the rent taxable or exempt? Sure, everyone? Next. Determine the taxability of transaction in the month of June. Don't talk about this transaction. Talk about which transaction? This transaction and this transaction. 1 minute. Tenancy premium taxable or exempt? Taxable. Monthly rent? Exempt. People, would you guys like to read the answer once? No. 1 minute. Don't read the answer now. Why, sir? Because they are talking about Schedule 3 and all. Schedule 3, I am yet to teach you guys. So, sir, how did you teach us? Baba, when you learn Schedule 3, no, then you read the answer later. Not now. Can we go ahead, everyone? But did you understand the answer ka theme? Chalo. Everyone, please come back. Now I want people who has a doubt can ask. Tell me. Ha, sir. In the agreement, you have to see whether the subletting is allowed. Generally, agreements of renting may sublettings are not allowed. If it is allowed, he will go ahead and give an house on rent. You have to see whether he is giving residential property in rent or commercial property. Residential property then exempt, commercial property then taxable. Next. हाँ. Tenancy right. I am talking about house ka rent. Which one? This one? No. We are talking about residential property, not partnership firm. We are talking about goods. Clear? Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Everyone over here now, listen. First one is clear. Second one, is the Pagadi system clear? Shall I tell again or got it? Tell me one thing. I will ask you again. Owner went ahead and gave me the tenancy right for residential property. Taxable or exempt? Exempt. Monthly rent I gave. I went ahead and sold the tenancy right for the taxable or exempt? Taxable. Monthly rent he gave. Exempt. Commercial property. He gave the tenancy right. Taxable. Monthly rent. Taxable. I sold it further. Taxable. Monthly rent for the commercial property. Is my point clear to all? Chalo. Everyone over here now. Now let's move to the third one. The third one goes ahead and talks about. The third one is talking about transfer, treatment or process applied on another person's goods. People listen. This is also called job work. Please listen carefully. Job work. Sir, what is job work? I made this bottle. I made this. Now, Swarup is my job worker. I send the bottles to job worker Swarup. He will do the treatment or process. He did the painting on the bottle and he returned me the bottle. I sent the bottles to him. He did the painting on the bottle and returned the bottles to me. My question, Swarup has given me goods or Swarup has given me service? Swarup has given me goods or Swarup has given me service? Why? No, paint is goods. He used paint, no. Arey, when he painted, did he use paint? Paint is goods. But he is painting, that is service. So whether we call it supply of goods or supply of service. So they clarified, Ramesh, listen, whenever any treatment or process is applied on another person's good, it is always supply of. So what Swarup has done for me is supply of goods or supply of service? Supply of. So I'll ask you one more thing. I made this table. I sent the table to Swarup. I told do the varnishing. You know varnishing? They will varnishing. Arey, painting. You do the painting and you give the table back to me. Swarup is my job worker who does the job for me. He did the painting on my table and gave it back to me. He has given me paint also. He has given me service also. Supply of goods or supply of service? Supply of service. Okay. Still, I'll ask you more then. Whom will we draw? Supposingly, I love drawing. Wait. Car. Who is this? Wait. Oh no. Okay. Who is this? Again, we'll take Swarup only. This is Swarup. Swarup was going to meet his girlfriend. Okay, everyone. He stopped beside my shop. I am over here. This is my shop. Sir, what shop is this? This is tires ka shop. Okay. What I do is, Swarup told me, sir, the tire in my car, no, they've become very old. I told, what happened to your tires? He told, sir, the tires have become like this. When I'm going out with my girlfriend, I want the tires to look like new. Please take out the tires for my car. Listen, take out the tire, put new rubber. Like this rubber is there. Okay? He is telling what? Put new rubber on the tire and make the tire look like new and put it in my car back. 1 minute. I took his tire from the car, put rubber on the tire. I did treatment or process on my goods or his goods. Made the tire look like new. Put the tire back. I did treatment or process on my goods or his goods. I gave him supply of goods or service. No, I use rubber, no. Rubber, gum. But government told Ramesh, always remember, if you do treatment or process on another person's goods, it is always supply of. Whether you use some material doesn't matter. But still, is it treatment or process on his goods? I told yes. If you are doing on another person's good, what are you giving him is always a supply of. Is my point clear? Can I ask you one more question, everyone? Chalo. You remember this guy? Okay. This is my shop. One day I thought I will go out and do some work. Sir, what work you did? I bought some old tires from the market. Garbage guy. I took one bag, went to the market, bought some old tires and came back. I bought some old tires, came back. Now, all the old tires, I took it out, did rethreading. It's called rethreading. Putting new rubber is known as what, everyone? Rethreading. I did the rethreading of the tires, made all the tires look like new. People, these are my tires only. Went to the market, bought old tires, came back, made all the tires look like new. And now outside my shop, no, I've kept all this new tire. And I've told people that 100 rupees, buy it. I'm selling one tire at only. My question is, supposingly, this is Swarup now. Swarup came to my, oh no. This is Swarup, okay? Swarup ka girlfriend I do. Swarup came and told me, sir, I want one tire. I sold him one tire. Now, did I do treatment or process on his goods? So what I did? Sale of, transfer of, title. It is always supply of. Is it treatment or process on your goods? Or when I am selling rethreaded tires, it is supply of. Is my point clear? But tell me one thing. When I did rethreading, it is what? Supply of. People, your tires, if I do the treatment or process, I am giving you supply of my tires. I did rethreading and now I am selling rethreaded tire. I am doing supply of. Is my point clear to all? Sure, everyone. See, this has been told over here in the circular. Here. Rethreading of tire. Supplier does rethreading for customer. It is always supply of. Supplier sells rethreaded tire. It is always supply of. So I'll ask you one more question. People, are we clear with this point? Are we all clear? Can I go ahead, everyone? Everyone over here now, listen. Supposingly, you have seen this kind of chassis in highway, you will see people sitting on this, driving and going. Correct? Supposingly, I told Volvo company, 1 minute, Volvo. I told Volvo, I need this kind of bus ka full chassis with engine, everything I want. I will get the bus ka bodybuilding done myself. So what people do know, big transport companies, they buy the bus ka chassis from the main manufacturing company and they say body, we will get it done ourselves. That is called bus ka fabrication. You came to me with your chassis and you told, sir, can you make the bus ka body on it? I want seater bus. Or some people want sleeper bus. So what they do know, they buy only the chassis from the company. They come to me and tell me, sir, do the bus ka full bodybuilding. I will use steel, I will use leather, I will use cushion, everything, and I'll make the bus ka body for you. My question is, I have given you goods or I have given you service? Huh? I use material, iron, steel. But remember one thing, did I do treatment or process on your goods? It is always what everyone, supply of. Is my point clear to all? Remember, if I do treatment or process on your goods, is the chassis belonging to you? Did I do the treatment on your chassis? My question is, am I giving you goods or supply of service? Okay, supply of service. It means if I do fabrication on your goods, I am giving you supply of. Okay. I'll ask you one question. I am Volvo company. We have our own chassis, the bus which is there. We build the bus on it. And we are selling the bus. Supply of? Sure. My chassis, I did the bus ka bodybuilding and I'm selling bus is what supply of? Everyone over here. Bus bodybuilding, that is fabrication on chassis provided by customer, then I am doing job work for him. I am doing what? People, treatment or process for some other person on some other person's good is always known as job work. It's always a supply of service. If my own chassis and I am supplying bus, then it is supply of. Please tell me, are we clear with this? See, Baba, see the first, second, third. Tell me if you are clear. Only then we go ahead. See all the three, everyone. There is a circular on rethreading and bus bodybuilding, which I have explained. Please see all the three, everyone. Please see. Sir, why monthly rent is exempt? Monthly rent is exempt because giving residential house on rent, government says food, clothing and shelter. Shelter should be GST free and hence GST is not there. Done, Lakshmi? Chalo. People watching at home, are we all clear till here? Arey, read. Read 1, 2, 3 and tell me if you are clear. Are we all clear? Can we go ahead, everyone? Anyone, any doubt till here? Chalo, now, people, transfer of business asset. Listen. You remember? Okay, my class mein, the television is there. Business asset. I sold it. Permanently transfer of my business. Supply of goods or supply of service? Supply of goods. With consideration also supply. Without consideration also supply. So supply of goods or supply of service? Simple. Permanent transfer or disposal is always supply of people. Simple no. If your business asset you permanently transfer to someone, it is always supply of. I will give you an example. In my business, the car which is there, my director came and told me, sir, it's my daughter's wedding. For 10 days, I need the car of the business. You give it to me on rent for 10 days. I gave the car on rent to my director for 10 days. 1 minute. Is it an activity done by me? Is it for a consideration? Is it in the course of my, it is not my business. But in the carrying out of my business, in between that, I did this activity. Is it supply? Louder. Now, I gave him the car on rent and I collected 10,000 from him. Supply of goods or supply of service? They clarified, if any business asset you put to private or make it available for what? It is always supply of. It means temporarily giving your asset for non-business use. It is what? Supply of goods or supply of service? Supply of. Can we go ahead, everyone? Swaroop, you're disturbing the class. Can we go ahead, everyone? Are we all clear? Next. Everyone over here now. Bhavna, please wait after the class. I'll explain the circular again. No problem. You wait after the class, but okay? We'll do it after the class. Everyone over here now. Are we clear with this? Next. First one is clear. Second one is clear. First one was what? Permanent transfer of business asset. Supply of goods or supply of service? Temporary transfer. If I give my business asset temporarily to someone, supply of goods or supply of service? Supply of. Is my point clear? Now, listen. Government has told, Ramesh, if at the time of closure, you take all the business assets home, transfer all the business, it will be deemed as supply of goods. Sir, did not understand. Listen. For an example, everyone over here. I am a registered person. When I buy all the items, all the business asset, will I take the ITC? Tell no. All the business ka stock I bought, all the out items I bought. ठीक है? You know what I did? Some of the items I sold it. Some of the items when I sold, it will have output tax. I use some of the input tax. I use the complete input tax rate gone over here. ठीक है? Now, there was some goods which were lying in the business. For an example, this many goods were lying. 1 minute. These many assets were lying in the business, or might be all the assets which are there are lying in my business. What should I do with them, everyone? I should sell them, collect GST and give it to the government. Do you guys agree? I told her, close the shutter, take all the assets home. What is this, everyone? Permanent transfer of your business? Yes or no? Government told, beta, if you do this at the time of closure, if you take all your assets home, I will deem it as supply of. It means even if you don't sell it, I will deem it as what, everyone? And do I have to pay GST? My question, everyone, I have not closed my business. Generally, if permanently I transfer my business asset, it is what? Supply of? Louder. Temporarily? At the time of closure, if I take all the assets home. Why? Because government is selling, beta, I want GST. I gave you the credit, correct? I want. So my question to all of you, for an example, I am closing down my business over here. I close my business. All the assets which are there in the business, all the projector, ACs, etc. If I take it home, supply of what? Do I have to pay GST? Why? Because government will tell, Ramesh, listen, I gave you all the credits of all the business, guy said. Why? So that you sell, you collect GST and you pay the GST to me. Do you guys agree with me? But what are you doing? You are taking all them home. I want GST. Is my point clear to all? Please think, please see, please tell me. Are we clear with this first 3 points? People watching at home, are we clear with this 3 point? Can we go ahead? People over here, are we all clear? Now listen. What is the prime motto of the government? What is the prime motto of the government? To collect GST. You know what happened? I went and told the government, everyone listen carefully. I went and told the government, sir, I bought the assets. All these are there with me. I went ahead and took the input tax. People, am I a registered person? Everyone listen carefully now. I told the government, if I take all the assets home, you want GST. Do you guys agree with me? If I take all the assets home, it is a, what everyone transfer at the time of closure and government wants. I told government, you want GST, right? We will do one thing. I will transfer my business. I will not close my business. I will give my business to my friend. I will give my business to my, I will sell my business to my friend. It means all the assets I will give to my friend. All the assets plus liabilities I will give it to my. It means I will transfer my business as going business transferred as going. Did I transfer all my assets? Did I transfer all my liability? Government told, okay, what are you going to do then? I told, see, I will tell my friend that you take registration. And you know what? In your registration chapter, you will learn about it. Listen, listen, listen. Whenever, who are the people liable for registration? We'll talk about it. Whenever any person who is registered is transferring his business as going, who has to take registration? From the date of transfer, the transferee has to take. People, in our registration chapter, we'll learn about it. Who are the people liable for registration? Who will have to take registration? Transferee. Can you tell me here? My friend has to take registration. You know why? 1 minute. Now he will sell, he will collect the GST from the customer and he will pay GST to the. My question, on my stock, is government getting GST? But who is giving? The transferee. Correct? So government says what you know. Ramesh, do one thing. Give all the assets to your friend. I will not charge any GST. I will exempt. If you transfer your business, people listen carefully. If you transfer your business as going concern, see, generally if you take all the assets home, what will happen? You have to pay GST because government knew taking it home, you will never pay GST. But in the second example, what happened? You will give it to your, whoever is the buyer. Will he sell goods, collect GST and give to the government? So government is telling Ramesh, when you are selling to him all the assets and liabilities, I don't want any. It will be. And when we are learning the chapter of exemption, no, I'll show you this 1 minute. It will come. Whenever anybody transfers business as, there will be no GST. GST will be exempted. Everyone over here, listen. Tell me one thing. People, I am a registered person. I am a registered person. Whenever I am buying anything, will I take input tax credit? What is the purpose of input tax credit? That you should sell and pay GST. Do you guys agree with me? But I did not sell. I closed my business and I am taking all the assets home. What will happen? Tell no. Deemed as, and do I have to pay GST? Anyone, any doubt with this? Now, I gave one solution to the government. I told, sir, listen. I told what? Government, I will do one thing. I will not take all the assets home. Exception, government told, do one thing. Business transferred as going concern. If you transfer your business, people here, I bought the assets, I took the input tax credit. Now, I am not closing my business. I will transfer my business to whom? Who am I? Transferor. Who is this guy? Transferee. Government says, Ramesh, listen. Tell your friend to take GST registration. Sir, but GST registration, there is a limit. 40 lakh rupees. For your friend, because he is buying the business from you, there is no limit applicable. He has to take registration immediately. Is my point clear? Baba, your friend can be any other person who is not your friend also. Correct? No? Whom you are selling your? People, you are understanding, not understanding. Then tell no, smile no at least so that I know. Ah. People are like, huh? Arey, you tell at least. Understanding, not understanding. People watching at home, are we clear till here? People over here, clear? Tell me one thing. See, Baba. Everyone listen. Everyone over here. Everything we can't make jokes. Some things are serious also. Correct? But in serious things also you have to tell understood, did not understand. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now tell me one thing. I transferred all the assets. I transferred all the liabilities. Means I transferred the business as. If I transfer the business as going concern, government says, Ramesh, all your assets will be transferred to your friend. Let him do the business. Let him collect the, and he will pay the GST to the. Is government getting it GST? Government is happy. Is government happy? So government, when it becomes happy, government says, Ramesh, when you transfer the business, your assets and liabilities pay. You don't have to pay any. Means you transferred your whole business. You don't have to pay any. GST will be. Is my point clear to all? Clear? Or if business is carried on by a personal representative who is a TP, time pass, nahi, taxable person. Taxable means who is a registered. TP means what, everyone? Taxable person. People listen. 1 minute. First exception understood? 1 minute. If you give the business, if you take, okay, if I close my business, take all the assets home, supply of goods or supply of service. Everyone is clear? I give the business to my friend. My friend is the transferee. Will he take registration? Will he collect GST and pay GST to the government? So me giving him all the assets and liabilities, will GST come or no GST? Exempted or taxable? But one more exemption is there, the second one. First one you understood. Second one is when business is carried on by a personal who is a taxable person, means who is already a registered. Okay, same thing. You know what? I thought I will close my business. I thought I will close my. I was already a registered person. I took already the input tax credit. I told I will not do business. But you know what? My wife told I am already a registered person. I will carry on the business. And my wife is going to carry on the business, sell all the items, collect GST and pay GST to the government. So when business got transferred from me to my wife has a separate PAN. My wife is now going to carry out my business. So when all the assets went from me to my wife, will GST come or no GST? Why no GST? Because she will collect GST and pay GST to the. So if you go ahead and business is carried on by whom? Anyone representing you, and that person is already a taxable, means already a registered person, that person will collect GST and pay GST from you to him. Will GST come or no GST? want you guys to read all the 4 paragraphs. Tell me if you are clear. Only then we go ahead. See all the 4 paragraphs. People watching at home, people over here, please see. You know what? Everyone, supply chapter is very, very important. That is why I'm telling you again and again, see. So that we go slowly with this chapter. See, Baba, see. Are we done? Are we all done? No. Read, Baba, read. Okay, tell me one thing, everyone. What did we learn till now? Schedule 2. Transfer. People, will you talk with me? Transfer of title. Supply of goods. If I have some right in goods, I give it to you. Hire purchase. Supply of goods. Land and building, leasing, renting is always supply of. I did treatment of process on your goods. I did treatment of process on my goods. Goods. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one. Business asset. Permanently transferred goods. Temporarily transferred. Transferred at the time of closing. If I take all the assets home, deemed as supply of. Do I have to pay GST? Yes. But what if I give it to my friend or any transferee? Who then GST will be? Or if the business is carried on by my representative, then are we all clear? Everyone over here now, listen. 5th paragraph, they are telling this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 item will always be supply of service. Number 1, renting of immovable property. People, you will tell, sir, immovable property, so you already told about land and building. Correct? No. But do you think immovable property is only land and building? What is immovable property? Land, benefit out of land, things attached to the, or anything attached to what is attached is also immovable. For an example, I'll tell you. Land में, what is this, everyone? Arey tell no. Telecom tower is there. Telecom tower is attached to the land. This is Reliance. Reliance ka tower. This is Airtel. Airtel told Reliance, can you give me this tower on rent to use? Can it happen? One area mein Reliance ka tower is there, Airtel ka tower is not there. Airtel told Reliance, can you give me the tower to use? Rent. Is it movable property, immovable property? Immovable property. So when you give it on rent, supply of goods or supply of service? Renting of immovable property is always supply of. Baba, all immovable properties are goods or service. And renting of immovable property is also supply of. Is my first paragraph clear to all of you? Next. Second. People, this point I am cutting, you don't cut anything. Construction of a complex or building, etc. People, for an example, Swaroop told me, sir, can you please make one building for me? I constructed one building for him. I came with all my laborers, etc. I made one building for him ready. I gave him goods or I gave him service. Whenever you construct a building or a complex for someone, you are a constructor. When you construct for someone, you are always giving a supply of service. Is my point clear to all? People, this is very, very easy, right? Next. People, what is IPR? Intellectual. Arey, I did not ask full form. You tell me meaning. Example, can you tell me? Patents, trademarks, copy, rights, etc. चलो ठीक है. Okay, can you tell me, are patent, trademark, copyrights goods or service? Who told? 1 minute. 1 minute. People. Board. Copyright, trademark, patents are goods or service, first of all? Patent, copyright, trademarks are goods or service? Goods. Why goods? Okay. See. What is immovable? Land. Is trademark, copyright land? Is it benefit out of land? Is it things attached to the earth? No. Is it anything attached to what is attached to the earth? Is it immovable? Arey tell no. If it is not immovable, it is always movable. If it is movable, it is always. And hence, copyright, trademark, patents, etc. are always. Is my point clear to all? Now listen. People digested? Now, if supposingly on my chart book, I have a copyright which is there. If the chart book ka copyright, I sell it to a publisher, sold it. Sold. Supply of goods or supply of service? Then it is transfer of ownership in the goods, title in the goods. It is supply of goods. For an example, madam, your name? Aishwarya came and told me, sir, your chart book ka copyright which is there, you give it to me for using for some months. I will print books, I will sell books. You give me the copyright to use. Did I sell you the goods or I gave you right to use? So basically, whenever temporarily you transfer or give the use of our everyone, you give someone right to use the IPR. It is always supply of. Is my point clear? So can I say, if these are goods, if you transfer permanently, permanent transfer, then supply of. If temporarily transfer, then. Is my point clear to all? Can I go ahead, everyone? Chalo, next. IT software. People, what is IT software? What is IT software? Information technology software. Arey, just like you, I also told full form. What is information technology software, everyone? Tally? Okay. Softwares are of three types, everyone. Listen. Softwares are of, one is pre-packed software. One is customized software. One is upgradation of software. People listen carefully. Everyone listen carefully. If I am selling a software which is pre-packed in CD, so when CD software come, all those software when it is sold, it is supply of goods. Supply of pre-packed software are supply of goods. All the softwares which are there, people, software is goods or service? Software is goods or service? Software, is it immovable? IT software, movable, immovable? Movable means always. So if I am selling a software, it is always supply of goods. Okay. You came to me, Swaroop came supposingly, and he told, sir, for my company, I don't want to buy this Tally software, packed software and all, which comes in CD. No. You make one software and give it to me. If I customize one software and give it to you, I am doing goods, I am giving you goods or I am giving service. They clarified over here. If you develop any software for anyone, you are doing what everyone? Supply of. So customizing a software or developing a software for someone is always a supply of. Is my point clear? Next. You know what? Tally में upgrade keeps happening. When new GST law comes, software में update will happen. I called Tally Solution and I told, I want to upgrade my software. Can you please upgrade the software for me? Are they giving me goods or are they giving me service? Whenever somebody upgrades the software for you, they are giving you a supply of. So that there is no confusion, they clarified. Whenever somebody develops any software for you or customizes or upgrades software for you, it is always supply of service. Please tell me, are we all clear with this point? A, B, C, D. Is it clear? Done, everyone? Chalo, everyone over here now. Listen. Now, before I teach you the next point, I want everyone to stand up. Alright, stand up, everyone. Aha, sir. Feeling very good. Stand up, everyone. Stand up. Last bench, balcony boys, balcony girls. Stand up. Sit down. Oh, no, sir. Sit. Sit. Hands up, everyone. All, both hands up. Ah. Full stretch. Hands up, everyone. Hands down, everyone. Hands up, everyone. Hands keep up, everyone. Hands down, everyone. See to the left, everyone. Arey, see to the left. Hey. See to the right, everyone. See down, everyone. See up, everyone. Look at me, everyone. And now we will study, everyone. Here. The next one is, listen carefully. Okay. Next one. Everyone over here now. Listen. People, are we clear till here? Are we clear till here? Now listen. This is very, very important. I want 100% concentration from everyone. People, this is very, very important. I want 100% concentration. If you don't concentrate 1 minute, then you will lose out. Please listen carefully, because this point I am going to link with one circular which is given over here. Can you guys see the circular? Along with this circular, I will link it. Okay? Very, very easy, but you have to listen. Chalo, I will draw first. Because I love drawing. Okay? You tell me what am I drawing? Sir, your name? Jagdish. This is Jagdish, everyone. Arey. This is bike, Baba bike. This is Jagdish, ठीक है? Wait. Who is this? Jagdish का girlfriend, Baba. ठीक है? 1 minute. Who is this? No, not me. Hey. Who is this? So listen. Jagdish and his girlfriend were going. Okay. Suddenly police told, stop. Why stop? Why? What is the problem? Helmet is not there, correct? So listen. Both of them came down. Okay. Now listen. Arey, concentrate, everyone. What will the police say now? He will tell, hey, you guys, I am tolerating you. I am tolerating. Give fine. Yes or no? And he will take 1,000 rupees ka fine. My question over here, has the police wala given any service to you? Yes or no? It means the fine which is collected, will GST come or no GST? 1 minute. People understand this, okay? Very easy it is. One beggar came to you, you gave 10 rupees to the beggar. Did the beggar give you any service for which you gave 10 rupees? Was there any quid pro quo? Did he do anything for you? Remember, GST is on service, GST is not on money. He did not give you, beggar did not give you any service. You just gave him 10 rupees. Will he charge you any GST and give GST to government? First of all, okay, just imagine. Madam is there. I gave 100 rupees to madam. Did you give me any service? GST is on a service. GST is not on money. GST is on goods and. So when GST is on goods and service, when you collect the money, you collect GST and you pay GST, provided you have given me a service. Understood this point? Is GST on money or is GST on service? Service. Now tell me, has the police wala given any service to you for which you paid him fine, or fine is mere flow of money, mere compensation? Is it a compensation for what? For violation of law. Do you guys agree with me? Was there an agreement that he told, okay, I agree that you don't wear helmet and I will take 1000 rupees? Is there any, 1 minute, listen carefully. Supposingly, after I taught you GST, after I taught you the GST classes got over, okay? Swarup came and told me, sir, now to in front of your institute only, I will open my institute and I will start teaching GST. I told Swarup, don't do this. Don't. Swarup told, okay, sir, I will do an agreement with you. Well, listen. He did an agreement that I will not do this. And for that, I paid him 5 lakh rupees. Has Swarup given me a service? Not doing something is also a service. Non-compete, correct? Did he go ahead and give me a service by doing an agreement that I will not open an institute? When he does an agreement and I pay him money, that is a consideration taxable. People, did you understand what I told? He gave me a service that, okay, sir, I will not open an institute, and for that I paid him 10 lakh. Is the 10 lakh taxable, not taxable? Why taxable? Because first there was an agreement. That is a service which you have given, agreement to refrain, that, okay, I told, okay, I will not do this, and for that you paid me the money. Did I give you a service? Yes or no? Arey, tell no. Yes. In my question over here, 1 minute, this point says what? Agreement, agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate, or to do an act is always a supply of. Listen. People, listen carefully. Everyone, concentrate. If I agree that I will not do something, and because of that money has come, then I've given a supply of service. Agreeing to the obligation to refrain. Did you understand refrain? Agreeing to the obligation to tolerate. If I agree, for an example, my neighbor over here, they are telling, sir, you are shouting so much in the class, mic is so much, we are getting disturbed, we will go and complain. I told, no, don't complain, tolerate me. He told, okay, sir, we agree to tolerate the act which you are doing in the class of shouting, but instead we want 1000 rupees. Has he given me a service? Tell no. Has he given me a service? The amount which I have paid to him, is it compensation or consideration for a service? It is consideration. Is my point clear? Okay. Or agreeing to the obligation to do an act. I will tell you. I am teaching you guys. Am I doing an act for you? Are yes or no? If you give me 10,000 rupees per month, that is a consideration. Do you guys agree with me? Remember, consideration is always for a service which is given. Compensation, there is no service which is given. Compensation is just mere flow of money. And mere flow of money pay, there will be no GST. Is my point clear? Now, government saw, people listen carefully. I'll explain again, don't worry. Government saw that what GST officers were doing, no? Feeling very hot. 1 minute. Working, not working. Okay. Everyone listen. What was happening? No. People were receiving compensations. 1 minute. People listen. People were receiving what? Compensation, and that compensation also was getting taxed. GST officers were telling Ramesh, in your money 10 lakh rupees has come. I told I did not give any service. I did not give any. It's just a compensation which has come. GST officer told on compensation also we want GST. And hence, many people went to the government and told government, when you say agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate, or to do an act, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? And government went ahead and gave one circular and clarified. Are we clear? That circular is on the next page, which I want you guys to understand now. Listen. People, tell me one thing. In this example of ours, in everyone here, did government do an agreement with you? People, 1 minute. Did government ever do an agreement with you that I will tolerate, you don't wear a helmet, and you give me 1,000 rupees? So that 1,000 received by the government, is it consideration for any service given or mere compensation? Mere compensation. Taxable, not taxable? Not taxable. The same way, many businessmen were receiving compensation from their clients. You bought goods from me, or you are about to buy goods from me, or there are a lot of places where what was happening was businessmen were taking compensation. Is compensation taxable or not taxable? Not taxable. But GST officers were telling we want GST on that. It has to be taxable. And that clarification ke liye government issued this circular. Everyone sit straight. Straight, hands down everyone. Now let's understand the circular. Listen. First I want you to understand when they say, people over here, when they say agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate, or to do an act, what do they mean? For this, actually in your textbook, one big circular is there. Here. Okay? But I will tell you the gist of the circular so that you can understand it easily. Everyone over here now, listen. I will give you the example of agreeing to the obligation to refrain. Chalo, okay? Everyone here, you have to tell me whether it is consideration or compensation. It will take some time to digest the circular. It's okay. Don't worry about it. 100% you will understand slowly, slowly, slowly. I'll repeat again and again and you will understand. Listen. For an example, this is one apartment over here. This is one apartment. Apartment is run by a resident welfare association. There is an association which runs the apartment. Baba, apartment, every apartment has their own association. Who takes care of the apartment? Who takes care of the? Now you know what? One builder, not bodybuilder, Baba, real estate builder. He is making one building here. He has a permission. He has already made 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floor. He has permission to make another 3 floor. Are we clear? But he has made only how many floor? 3 floor. Now the association went to this builder and they told, sir, if you make the remaining 3 floor, no, the sunlight which was coming from here, the sunlight will not come to our apartment, sir. Please, don't make the remaining 3 floor. Don't make. Listen, listen, listen. He told the association, okay, I will not make. Did he agree to refrain? Did he give a service? Are tell no. When you agree to not do something, I told, okay, I will not make, but you pay me 10 lakh rupees. Did I give a service? Because of a service, is the money received? Consideration or compensation? Consideration. So is this taxable, not taxable? Taxable. Is my point clear to all? Sure, everyone? Can I go ahead? So when government is clarifying, saying when I say Agreeing to the obligation to refrain means what? Did you understand the meaning? Arey, did you understand the meaning? Chalo, I will go ahead and explain you one more thing. One school is there. Everyone here, you have to tell me consideration or compensation. If you reply, people listen carefully. If you are replying to my all question one by one, by the end you will see you have understood the circular. But you have to talk. Done? Chalo, tell me. For an example, one factory is there. This is one factory. Okay? And this is one school. School went to the factory and told, sir, if you are running the factory every day morning 9 to 12, no, our school may know the students are getting very disturbed. The factory ka noise will be there. You are just besides our school only. The factory told, okay, if I am doing, I already have a permission to run the factory at that time. So school told, sir, please don't run the factory during 9 to 12 o'clock. We'll pay you 10 lakh rupees. Factory told, okay, I agree to refrain, agree to from running the factory during 9 to 12 o'clock. But you have to pay me per month 10 lakh rupees. My question over here, did you agree? Did you give a service? For a service, did you receive the money? Yes or no? My question over here, when you agree and you receive 10 lakh rupees, my question, is it supply of service? This amount, will it be taxable or not taxable? Consideration or compensation? Consideration. Did you understand now? So what do you mean by agreeing to refrain? Is this point clear to all? Okay. Chalo. Now, I want to teach you now the next one. Agreeing to tolerate. Agreeing to? What do you mean by agreeing to tolerate? Chalo, let's understand. This is my shop. Okay? Every day, one pani puri wala, you know pani puri? This guy, he comes and he stands in front of my shop and he starts selling pani puri. Okay? I told, hey, get out. You are standing in front of my shop every day. He told, sir, please. I told him, hey, I am tolerating you in front of my shop. You are standing. Get out from here. He told, sir, please let me stand. No, sir. You have seen pani puri wala baba? They will stand in front of some shop generally, correct? So he told, okay, sir, please agree to tolerate me. No. I told, okay. I agree to tolerate your act. You stand, no problem. But every day I want 500 rupees. My question over here, people, does it happen? My question over here, this shopkeeper, when he agrees to tolerate, is he giving supply of service? The money which is received, is it consideration for service or compensation? Is my point clear to all? Sure, everyone? Chalo, done. Agreeing to do an act. I'll give you one. People, whatever example I'm telling you, know, all these examples, shopkeeper, hawker, common food pot, all these things which I'm telling are written over here. Okay, everyone? Next. One resident welfare association is there who takes care of the apartment. Okay? Association is taking care of what, everyone? Now, what is happening is, here there is a school. People listen carefully. Here there is a school. Every day the school, no, they are singing national anthem, prayers, full loud music, loudspeaker. This association may, people who are sleeping, no, they will wake up. What is the noise? Correct? Listen. This apartment ka association, all the association went to the school and told, hey, we will complain. You guys are every day playing loud music. Not allowed, but why are you playing? School told, hey, agree to tolerate, sir, please. Your kids are only coming to our school. Agree to tolerate. The association told, okay. Association means the apartment ka association. They told, okay, we'll tolerate. But every month, we want 1 lakh rupees. My question over here, did you agree to tolerate? Is it a service? The money which is received, is it consideration or compensation? Taxable, not taxable. Clear? Take it. Chalo, I've explained you all this example. I'll tell you one more example. Everyone listen. There is one factory over here. Factory says the smoke is coming out. Okay? And there is one apartment over here. There is one apartment here. Apartment ka again, apartment resident welfare association is there. Resident welfare association. Every apartment has an association who takes care of the apartment. Okay? Now listen. Smoke is coming out. This apartment is white. It is becoming black because of the smoke coming out and falling on the apartment every day. But factory is telling what smoke is coming out, it is well within permissible limit. We have taken the permission and it is within the permissible limit. The apartment association told, sir, please put one chimney on the top. No. If you put a chimney over here, the smoke which will come out, our building will not become black. Okay? So listen. This factory owner told, okay, I agree to do the act. I agree to do the act of putting what? Chimney. But you have to pay me 50,000 rupees. My question over here, did you agree? Did you agree? Did you give a service? Did you receive money in return? My question, is this a supply of service? And people see it's an activity for a consideration. It's not a business, but it's in the factory wala ka course of business, and hence the money which is received, will it be taxable, not taxable? Consideration or compensation? Okay, done. Now listen, this circular I am not explaining you now. Why, sir? Because I first want you to digest these 3 points. People, what do you mean by agreeing to? So if I agree to not do something, or I agree to tolerate, or I agree that I will do this for you, is it supply of service? But what is mandatory? Number 1, agreement. Number 2, agreement, and then only then it will be a supply of. I want to ask you one question over here till 1 minute. I want to ask you one simple question. Leave all this thing. If there is no agreement to refrain or tolerate or to do an act, but you just paid me money, will that money be taxable or not taxable? Why not taxable? Because first of all, I need to have an agreement, and only if I have an agreement and the money comes, it is a supply of service and it will become taxable. Is my point clear? I have to explain you the circular, but this circular completely to understand, you need to actually understand first section number 8. So once we reach there, then only I will go ahead and explain it to you. People, the next one. Okay, I have a car. 1 minute. I sold the car. Supply of goods or supply of service? Tell no. Goods. Swaroop came and told me, sir, I want to go out with my girlfriend. Give me your car for 1 day, sir. I did not. I gave him the right to use. I gave him the right to supply of goods or supply of service. Transfer of right to use goods is always supply of. But giving title is what? Is my point clear to all? So if I give you right to use any item, it is always supply of. If I sold it, goods. Is my point clear? Yes, Swaroop, you have something, some commentary? Tell no. We also want to listen to your joke. Hey, come now, come here. Hey, why are you making only your neighbor laugh? We also want to laugh now. Come now, please. No, you come now. Because you are continuously talking. You come here. You come here. So that you can explain. People, all of us want to laugh or not? Yes, all of us have a right to be happy. You come here. Next time, I'll make you put one hanky and sit on the podium here. Can we go ahead, everyone? People, all of you want to see him sitting here, no? See, now you talk. Everyone here. People, tell me one thing. Schedule 1, we learned how many paragraphs? 5, 8, 4, 5. Okay. I want to ask you one question, 1 minute. People, Can you guys read this question? Read, 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 read. Read. Done. What is the question telling? Happy see Baba, RTP mate has come for May 24. Okay? Happy Construction, a registered builder under GST in Bangalore, Karnataka, has got permission to build how many floor from the municipal project for one of its project at Suraj Nagar. Okay, we have got a permission. Happy Construction. Chalo, we'll draw happy. Hey, happy. Happy Construction. He can build how many floor? Then Aditya Construction, a neighboring housing project, approached Happy Construction. Who approached everyone? Okay, let's draw Aditya. How to draw Aditya? We'll write on his head A. He is Aditya. Aditya Construction approached him. Then told what? To discuss regarding blockage of sunlight issue arising out of construction of 5 floor, and asked it to build only 3 floor, for which 20 lakh was offered as compensation. 1 minute. 1 minute. They told him, sir, please don't make 5 floor. Yes or no, everyone? We will draw Happy this side, Aditya this side. Aditya told Happy, I will pay you how much? But you agree to what? Refrain from making how many floor? If you make 5 floor, the sunlight will not come in our building. So please don't make 5 floor. If you agree, we will pay you 20 lakh. My question over here, think and tell me, okay? This 20 lakh, the name in the question is told compensation. But is it compensation or consideration? You got my point? It is. In the exam, they will try to fool you by writing compensation and you will say, no GST. No, 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 no. You think out of your brain now. Sir, I told I agree. And then if you pay 20 lakh, that 20 lakh is because I've given you a service. Is my point clear? 1 minute. Happy agreed. Agreed. It means, is there an agreement? Is the money consideration taxable, not taxable? Will GST come? Okay. It may be noted that Aditya is not ready to pay any further amount in addition to the amount. 1 minute. Aditya is telling, I will not pay GST. You do. 1 minute. What government says, no, Ramesh, you got 20 lakh, right? Either you collect the money from the Bakra and give me. If you can't collect, you pay. So what you have received, out of that you have to pay the GST to the. Are we all clear, everyone? Now tell me. Explain briefly with legal provision whether the above amount received is as compensation. Total bakwas. It is not compensation. It is. Is it liable to GST or not? Tell no. And if taxable, then calculate the total GST payable by Happy, assuming the GST rate to be 9 and 9 each. Also state the condition to be complied. 1 minute. Can you tell me the 20 lakh which I received? Did I receive GST or I did not receive? So 20 lakh mein is GST already included. It will be assumed that out of this, government is my partner, Baba. People listen carefully. Government is my, either you take the GST and give the GST, or whatever you have received, whatever you have, from that, you have to take out the GST and give the GST to the. Is my point clear to all? Now, my question is, if I have received 20 lakh rupees and it is assumed that it includes GST, then you have to divide it by what? 100 plus 9% CGST plus 9% into 100 will give you what? The main taxable amount. Do you guys agree? And 20 lakh divided by 9 into, okay, 1 minute, divided by 100 and, people, it is assumed that it is including GST. So it is assumed that it includes what? Mathematics. People understood this point? Into what? 9 will give you CGST. Into 9 will give you what? Can you tell me the GST amount? 1 lakh 542. And their GST is how much? GST only that amount, no? There is a GST amount, right? People, did you understand what happened over here? Tell me one thing. The amount which is received 20 lakh. Give me on calculator. Did I receive 20 lakh pay GST or 20 lakh is including GST? So divided by 100 and into 18 will give you total GST amount. But we have to put CGST separate, HGST separate. Divided by 2. 152, 542. 152, 542. Is my point clear? So tell me one thing. 20 lakhs say, how much do I have to pay to central government? 1 lakh 52. How much do I have to pay to state government? 1 lakh 52. Are we clear till here? People, please tell me, is this point clear to all? See here. Agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate an act or situation or to do an act has been declared as supply of service in para 5E of schedule 2. If they constitute a, first of all, they have to be a supply, means there has to be an agreement. Is it law? People, is this the law? Now, in the given case, Happy Construction Limited has agreed to build only 3 floors, even though it has permission for a compensation of how much? This results in supply of. The condition to be complied from the above supply will be, there must be first of all an agreement. People, first of all I should have a. Secondly, what should come? Consideration must have flowed in return of the agreement. Are we clear? Is both of them agreeing? Both of them there? Since Aditya is not ready to pay the further amount in addition to the amount agreed, the amount 20 lakh shall be treated as inclusive of, and the GST payable will be 20 lakh divided by 100 and, why 118? 100 plus 18% GST into, so 1 lakh 52 CGST and 1 lakh 52 SGST. Please tell me everyone, are we clear with this question? Shall I explain again or got it? Anyone, any doubt, please tell me. No doubts? No doubts? So do one thing, do this question. Read question number 13, everyone. People watching at home, are we all clear? People watching at home, are we all clear with this? Read question number 13. Yes. Now listen, for an example, see in this question they told what? Aditya, see, it may be noted that Aditya is not ready to pay any further amount in addition to the amount already agreed. What if, what if in this question they had not told that line? Then on 20 lakh, what will you charge? 20 lakh into 9%, 1 lakh 80, and 20 lakh into 9%, 1 lakh. You will always collect from the Bakra. But Bakra is telling I will not pay. Bakra means Aditya is telling I will not pay. If you will not pay, what amount you received, you have to pay GST out of it. Is this point clear? People, shall I explain the question again or got it? Got it? Then do one thing. Try question number 13 now. Try question number 13 now. Do it, do it, do it. Do it now. Do it, do it, do it. Are we done? Can we read the question, everyone? Here, Artec Consultancy, registered in Bangalore, supplies technical consultancy service to its client. People, who is there? The question में Artec. Artec is in Bangalore, ठीक है? And it is giving services to the client. It has provided technical service to whom? Tata, Bangalore, since past 2 years. Consideration is settled by Tata assignment wise. People, it is giving services to whom? Tata, Bangalore. Next. Tata paid 66 lakh to Artec for on 10th on Artec agreeing to not provide similar services to any other business entity in India or abroad. 1 minute. Tata paid how much? And it agreed what? That I will agree to refrain. That I will not provide same service to anyone. Number one, is there an agreement? Number two, is there a consideration? My question is this consideration taxable? Okay. So on this amount, you will charge GST. Do you guys agree? Next. Artec consultancy is of the view that 66 lakh is not chargeable. Is the view correct or wrong? Tell no. Wrong. Next. You are required to examine whether the view taken by Artec is valid in law. Valid, not valid? Calculate the GST liability. Calculate the, if any, the technical service provided by Artec are otherwise chargeable at how much percent, everyone? It may be noted that Tata is not ready to pay any further in addition to the amount already agreed. People, Tata is not going. If Tata is ready to pay, then on 66 lakh will directly charge 18%. But here they are not paying. What to do? Can you tell me GST amount? 66 lakh divided by 118 into 9. Okay, CGST or SGST? 1 minute. You are in Bangalore. Tata is on Bangalore. So it should be CGST and so 9% and 9%. How much is it? 5 lakh 390. 5 lakh 3,390. See everyone? Is this point clear? But you know what students do in the exam? They do only this much and come. Baba, you will get only 1 mark out of 3 marks because the main is to write the law. You getting my point? Now listen. So how will I write the law? Baba, don't worry. First, you know what? We are just on the second day or third day. First, I want you guys to learn the law. First, you have to learn. Then I will make you write also. But first, learning should be clear. My question to all of you is, are we clear with this question? Sure, everyone? Do one thing, no? Pick up your pen and write the answer however you want. Right. Let's see what you write. Same question. Did we already discuss? People, did we already discuss? Now write. People watching at home, you have to pick up the pen and write. Right, Baba, right. Chalo, right. Pick up your pen and write the answer. I will come to see people pick up your pen and write the answer. Right. What will you write? You write. Let's see. Write the answer. Think and write the answer. Right, Baba, right. People watching at home, write the answer. Right, Baba, right. People watching at home, once done writing, let me know. People over here, are we done? Do it, do it, do it, do it, right? I'll give you 4 marks for this question, okay? Chalo, let's read. Done writing? Done writing? Or still writing? Writing, right, Baba, right. I'll give you 1 more minute to write, right? Chalo, let's discuss. First of all, did you write the line, the view taken by Artek is not valid in law? This line is very important. Why? Because they are asking you, you are required to examine whether the view taken by Artek is valid or not valid. So first you have to say whether valid or not valid. Then you write the law. See here. The scope of supply is given in section number 7. As per section number 7(1)(a), it will be considered as supply since it is in the course of business. 7, they have written section number 7 first. Done? Then after it is supply, they will say whether it is supply of goods or supply of service. Now see. Further, paragraph number 5e, people, paragraph number 5e of schedule to provide that agreeing to the obligation to refrain, tolerate, or to do an act is always a supply of. People, is this the law? Now see. Thus, any consideration received for agreeing to the obligation to refrain is subject to GST. Consideration received for non-compete agreement is deemed as consideration for supply of. Consideration of 66 lakh on promise of Artek of not providing similar service to any person is consideration for the supply and chargeable to. Did they apply the law in the current situation? First is always law. Second is always your observation that in our situation what is happening. People, remember, first is always the law. Second is always your, and third is always your conclusion saying, sir, consideration of 66 lakh on promise of Artek not providing similar service is chargeable to GST. It is your conclusion saying, sir, it is chargeable. Then, since in GST is not collected separately, it will be assumed to be included. Where the value is inclusive of GST, the tax amount is determined as follows. Value divided by 100 plus GST into the GST rate. And that is how they got the GST amount. People, see, if you write the law, you get 1 mark. If you write this second paragraph, you get 1 mark. If you write this third paragraph that this amount is inclusive and we should take out the GST from it, you will get another 1 mark. And if you do the calculation, you will get 1 mark another. Is my point clear? Out of 4 mark, how much will you give yourself? Who is that for? 3, 3, 1, okay, 2. But I told you the answer. People, listen. I told you the answer and you are telling you will get 1, 2, 3. Just imagine in the exam, first you have to find out the answer. Then you have to write the answer. Now you tell me, having read the answer, now if I tell you again to write the answer, will you write better? Yes or no? You know what happens with student? Did I tell you Virat Kohli's story? See, I taught Virat Kohli how to I taught Virat Kohli how to use cricket bat and ball. I told him everything. What? You don't know me? Listen. I taught him everything about a cricket bat and a ball. Everything. I told him everything, but I never gave him a cricket bat and ball. First time he picked up the cricket bat was when he went to play in the field. Will he hit a sixer? Will he hit a sixer? If just because I told him how to play cricket, can he hit a sixer? Students think that when a teacher has taught in the class, now in the exam they will go and hit a sixer directly. On the day of the exam, first time in life, buy a pen. Aha, puja done. Now in the exam, will you hit a sixer if you don't practice at home? The condition of students are, they are not practicing anything at home. They think going to class means I am done with everything. Coming to class is only 40%. What you go back home and do is 60%. If you don't do the 60%, no, you will get 40 in the exam, you will pass, but aggregate may fail. A student who comes and tells me, no, that sir, I got 40, 42, 43, I did not pass. You know which student is that? At home, zero effort. There is no practice at all. When I am telling every day in the class, please go home, practice question answer, write, like, hey, I already know everything. Remember one thing. If you are a student who is going back from class home and practicing questions which I am telling you, you will 100% pass. But if you are a student who is not going home and studying anything, not practicing question answer, you will 100% fail. Remember this point. Sir, but when I am practicing, I am not able to write good. No problem. You can't become Virat Kohli on the first day. It takes a practice every day. Trust me, on the last day, I will ask all of you. There will be only 25% or 30% crowd in the class who will tell, sir, I am practicing every day. And that is only the pass percentage of the exam. Remaining students themselves are eliminating themselves by not studying at home. So if you are a student who is not practicing writing, my condolences, you will do very bad in the exam. But if you are going home and practicing every day, I can understand, sir, after this class, no, I have to go to college. College mein lot of work is there. What do you know? Baba, I have also passed college along with C only. So after you finish your college and go back home also, you have to put that extra effort. Are you guys able to understand? See, why can't everyone become CA then? Why can't everyone become CA? Because everyone don't want to go home and put effort. So if you are the student who wants to go back home and put that extra effort, you will qualify, no doubt. But sir, when I'm writing, the quality is not coming. It will come. Trust me, it will come. But you have to practice. You tell me, human beings only pass CA, right? Why is not everybody passing? Because 75% of the crowd which joins CNO, they don't put effort. They think like BCom, we went to college, give exam, 5 last time ka scanner solved, this solved, that solved, passed exam, over story. That will not happen in CA. You have to put your brain, you have to practice at home, only then you will pass. Is my point clear, everyone? Got it? Baba, enough of Gyan given. Now please come back. Everyone over here now, listen. People watching at home, we had given a small break, now continuing. Everyone over here now, listen. People, the next paragraph over here, listen. Schedule 2 we are learning. Schedule 2 we are learning. In Schedule 2, first paragraph done, transfer of title, right, etc. done. Second one, land and building. Third one, people, not my revision, your revision, Baba. It is feeling like I am revising for myself only. Third is what? Treatment or process. Fourth one, business, asset. Fifth one, we are done. Now the last one over here is following this composite supply ka meaning, you leave it. I'll talk about it later. Following will always be supply of service. Number 1. Okay, this one you already know, restaurant and supposingly everyone here. I went to one restaurant. I went to one UD. Okay, you went to a restaurant UD. Baba, restaurant serve me food. Self-service restaurant. 1% service, 99% is food, only 1%, no service only. Now, they are giving me restaurant. People, they are giving me restaurant service. Restaurant has food also, food is goods. But restaurant has service also, little. Supply of goods or supply of service? Always remember it is supply of. You called one caterer. For an example, Swarup was getting married. He called one caterer. Caterer came and gave food in his marriage. Food is goods plus service also. It will always be treated as supply of. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, the next is works contract with relation to an immovable property. I want to teach you about works contract from the textbook. 1 minute. Very important. It is to understand what is works contract. 1 minute. Here. Page number 2.11. I have given works contract over here. People, listen. What do you mean by works contract? It is very important to understand, first of all, what is works contract. Works contract means a contract for building, a contract for construction, fabrication, completion, erection, installation, fitting out, improvement, modification, repair, maintenance, renovation, alteration, or commissioning of any immovable, wherein transfer of property in goods, whether as goods or in any other form, is involved in the execution of work if the contract. Sir, what do you mean by this? Listen. Everyone listen. What is works contract? Contract for construction. Supposingly, sir, your name? Pranath. I told Pranath, can you make this building for me? Pranath ko I told, you give me the material, you only give me the labor. He gave me material also, he gave me the labor, and he made this building for me. When he gives me the bill, no, his bill he will say works contract service given. What is works contract? Works contract is when someone makes a immovable property for you, wherein they give you material also and they give you the labor also. Are we clear? Did you guys understand works contract? I'll give you one more example. I told Pranadha, okay, I told Pranadha that Pranadha, do one thing. This ceiling which is there, people listen, is ceiling movable, immovable? Anything attached to the building permanently is immovable. I told this ceiling has become very old. You do one thing, you get your material, you get your laborers, and do one thing, change the whole ceiling in the classroom. People, 1 minute. Works contract means a contract for building, construction, fabrication. What is fabrication? I told Pranath, this steel rod which is there on the windows, I want you to replace all of them, put big rods in the window. Fabrication. He will put new iron rod in the windows so that student can't see outside. Now this rod, this very big space is there, people are popping out. Okay? So what I am doing is, I told them to change the fabrication. Now listen, he will give me material, he will get his laborer, and he will change the window ka iron rods which are there. He is doing what? So any contract for what? Building, construction, fabrication, completion, erection, installation, fitting out, improvement, modification, repair, maintenance. I told him to make the ceiling. Ceiling is what? Renovation, alteration, or commissioning of any immovable. In relation to what? Immovable. Where transfer of property in goods, transfer of property, whether as goods or in any other form. Might be you made the building for me. When you make the building for me, cement, what you will give me the cement in powder, thick, or you will use it, mix it with water, and you'll make it in some other form and use it for making the building. Some other form. So whether you give me the item in goods ka form or in some other form is involved in execution of such, then it is called works contract. Chalo, I'll ask you. Pranada constructed this building for me. He is giving me what service? Material also, labor also. He is giving me what service? Works contract service. Pranada ko I told, Pranada, can you do the fabrication of the windows? He got the material, he got the labor, and did the did the fabrication. Supply of goods, supply of service, or works contract, which is a service. Whether he gave me material also, but doesn't matter. What he has done for me will be always called a supply of. Okay, I told Pranada, change all the ceilings of the room. You get your material, you get your laborer, and change all the ceiling of the room. Works contract service, which is always the supply of. Okay. The chair table in which you are sitting, movable, immovable. I told Pranada, get material, get your laborer. All the lamination which are there on the table have become old. Take all of them out, put new lamination. Is it works contract service? Why no? Because works contract is always in relation to what? It means now when he will give me a bill for the chair table ka repair, it is a simple repair service for which whatever repairing ka charges is there, he will go ahead and take. Is my point clear? We can call it like a job work. Treatment of process he did on my goods. Can we go ahead, everyone? But if supposing the building is there, my building is there, in the building one small corner is broken. I told Pranada, get cement, get material, get laborers, and do the repair. He gave me what? He repaired it. Repaired an immovable property. Did he give me goods? Did he give me service? He has given me what? Works contract. Is it supply of goods or supply of service? Supply of. Is my point clear to all? Can we go ahead, everyone? Chalo. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Now listen. Remember, works contract, whenever it is given in relation to immovable property, it is always supply of. Pranada constructed this building for me. 99% was material. 1% was service. Still always supply of. Is my point clear to all? Now listen. I will not teach you anything new. Don't worry. But I want to go ahead and do some remaining questions which are there and then let you guys go. Okay? 1 minute. People, question number 15. Whether goods supplied on hire purchase will be treated as supply of goods or supply of service? Supply of. Transfer of title or possession is necessary. People, transfer of title is also necessary and possession is also necessary for a transaction to constitute supply of goods. Examine. Do you guys agree? Yes. But in hire purchase, possession is given today. Title is given in future. However, possession as well as transfer of title both are mandatory. You came to my shop. You bought a mobile phone. Can I give you the title without possession? That is not possible. I gave you the possession of the goods and I gave you the title. You are the owner now. Supply of goods or supply of service? Hello. Supply of goods. I gave you the possession today. Title will be given in future. Supply of. Still it will be a supply of goods. Chalo, do one thing. 17th one. Tell me the answer for all of them. Write down quickly. SOG, SOS. Write. Quickly write. SOG or SOS. Done. Everyone over here. State. People listen. Now, how will you understand in the exam? People over here. How will you understand in the exam that you have to write the law or not required to write the law? See, this question when you see, they are asking you, determine the taxability. This question they are telling, examine. This question they are telling, explain. What is the difference between all the questions? Students don't know the difference only. You know what student says? I will write my way. Everything I will write and come. In this question, you just imagine, if you would not have seen this answer, you would have written properly everything. Sir, whenever transfer of title is done, it is always supply of goods. Full story you would have written. How will you know? Do you have to write story or you don't have to write? See, it just says state. State means no bakwas, only write. State. Can I go ahead, everyone? See, whether the following supply would be treated as supply of goods or supply of number one, renting of immovable property. Louder. Goods forming part of the business are transferred or disposed of under the direction of the person. What is it? Permanent. Supply of goods or supply of service? Transfer of right in goods without transferring the title. Transfer of title in goods under an agreement which stipulates that property shall be passed. Hire purchase, right everyone? Temporary transfer or permitting use of IPR. People temporarily giving IPR is supply of any treatment or process on another person's good. I am doing supply of. This is also called what? Job work. Transfer of title in goods. See, you could do all the question, right? You tell me one thing. Are you able to do all the question? But now listen. Do one thing, no? I will give you question number 3. Right. 4 marks, you have to write the answer. Right. I have already told the answer, right? You have to just write the answer, right? Baba, don't read the answer, write the answer. Pick up your pen, pick up your notebook, write the answer. What you know, you write. Right. Let's see what do you write. Read and write the answer. Right. People, it is very important to write. Only then you will realize what you are not writing. Right. I will come backside also to check. People watching at home, pick up your pen and write now. Right. I told all of you to get a notebook, 100 pages. Please start getting a notebook, everyone. Write the answer. Don't copy, write. People watching at home, please write. Please write. Let me know once done. Done. People watching at home are telling done. People over here. Right, Baba, right. I hope everyone is done writing. Chalo, let's discuss. See here. This question was about Miss Pragati receiving legal services, right, everyone, from her real sister. Number one, if the above case, number one, you have to write the answer for this. Miss Pragati received legal services for her personal reason, paid 1000 pound as legal fees to Miss Unnati. Explain whether the activity would amount to supply. Number one, first one, will it amount to supply or not? Why? So you have to first write as per section number 71B, importation of service for a consideration for business or non-business will be considered as supply. And then you say in the given case, people 1 minute, in the given case, Pragati has received legal services from her sister for a consideration. As it is for a consideration, it will be considered as supply. Now here they would have written, see, importation of service, first the law, see here, whether or not in the course of furtherance of business will be considered as what supply, is a supply. Do you guys agree? Then they wrote the answer. Even if Pragati has received from for personal reason, importation will qualify as supply as it is made for a. Now you might have written little different. You tell me one thing. The person who sets the paper is always a different individual. You are a different individual. Everyone has a different way of writing the answer. It can't be exactly same, but it can be similar. How it can be similar? See, did they write the law first? Did they write the conclusion later? Might be your law and your conclusion is little lengthy. You wrote too much. Slow, yes or no? Slowly you will start writing less. But this will happen how? First you write your answer, then you compare your answer. You write your answer, you compare your answer. Then you will understand where is the difference. I'll tell you students ka problem. I'm telling you to write no. Tomorrow student will come. Sir, take my notebook, correct. That way, if I correct and give you mark, you will never realize what you have not written or what you have written extra. How will you realize what is to be written? First you have to write, then you have to read the answer. You will realize, oh, I was writing unnecessarily this thing. It is not required only. And slowly that improvement will happen. Me correcting each, is it possible that all of you can notebook I can correct? First thing, it is not possible. Secondly, even if I correct and give you mark, you will not know where is the mistake. How will you realize the mistake? Only when you yourself read. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. If in the above, both are real sister and no consideration is paid, will it change your answer? 1 minute. Importation of service for the business without consideration, but from whom? Will be considered as supply. Number 1. Is it importation? Is it from related person? If your sister is giving legal advice from outside India, it means she is not dependent on you. If she is not dependent, she is not your related. Moreover, it is also not received for business and hence it will not be a. You have to write this, but first you have to write the law. See here. Importation of services without consideration amounts to supply in terms of section number 71C, read with schedule. Only if the conditions are fulfilled. Number 1, importation is for business. Importation is from related person or own establishment. Did I tell the same thing? You could have simply also written the law over here saying, sir, importation of service without consideration from related person but for business only is considered as supply. And then you could have written in the given case. You could have written here, importation of legal service will not amount to supply as such import is not in the course or furtherance of, as the advice is for the personal matter. You can write one more line. Further, since Miss Pragati is giving legal advice, it means she seems to be well settled and hence independent and not dependent and hence she is not a related person and hence it is not a supply. You could write both the reason also. See, the person who has written the answer in the exam, this one is a different individual. All of you in the class would have written little different answer. But will you write the law similar? Not exactly same, but will you write it similar? Will you write the answer also similar? Yes. But you don't have to write exactly same. You have to write similar. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Tell no. No, that is wrong. You can't write here 71A. Because it is telling if both of them are real sister, no consideration. 71A never comes without consideration. 71A, AA and B, consideration is mandatory. What is it? Violation of 71A you can't write because it is importation of service. And import ke liye this and this is the specific provision. So either you can write this one or you can write this one. Clear? Now, here, where is it? No, here what is it are you talking about? Tell. Here. हाँ हाँ clause A, हाँ तो wait, Baba, where is it talking about importation of service? 71A. People, 1 minute, guys, 1 minute, No, which one? 1 minute. Where is 71A? Which one? This one. This one is to be considered only, first of all, something has to be supply. Then whether it is supply of goods or service, you have to see. 1 minute. 71A, small a. This is 71 big A. You understood? 1 minute. What he is asking is now understood. Here. He told, sir, section number 71A and 71A, what is the difference? This is 71 clause A. And in between 7 and 2 and 71, something had to be inserted. So they inserted 71A. You understood now? 71A is a small a over here. This is together 71 capital A. People, did you understand? Now, very good. Good question. You can have this thought. No problem. Can we go ahead, everyone? People, here now. Here. Further, in the above case, both are real sister and Miss Pragati received legal advice for her business. She did not pay any consideration. What will be your answer? People, even if it is received for business, will it be supply or not a supply? Why? Because real sister does not mean dependent sister. Correct, everyone? Let's read the answer. See, importation of service for business, then import without consideration would amount to supply if it is from related person. Import from real sister is not import from related person. GST law defines related person to include member of the same. Sister is considered as family member if she is dependent on the person. People, is this the law? Now see, in the given case, guys and girls, kindly be silent. Everyone over here now. In the given case, it seems Miss Unnati in UK is quite independent and no way dependent on Pragati. And therefore, Pragati and Unnati are not real, not related person. People, 1 minute. Law, is this your observation? Now let's write the conclusion. See, since import of service without consideration is not from or own establishment, it will not amount to supply under. People, is this a law? Is this your observation? Is this your conclusion? You will exactly get good 3 marks in the exam if you write like this. People, 1 minute. If this question, this would have been 1 mark. This would have been another 1 mark. This last one which was there, no, this would have been 2 marks. But listen, in exam, always remember, you have to write the law. See, if a question comes for 3 marks, no, 1 minute. If a question comes for 3 marks, you write the law. You write the observation. What do you observe in the question? And then you write your question answer. It will give you 3 marks. Sir, what if the same question comes for 2 marks? You write the law, you write the conclusion. It means if a question is for 3 marks, you generally write law, observation, and if it is for 2 marks, law and the conclusion. If the same type of question is for 1 mark, you directly write the conclusion. If the question is for 6 marks, same type of question, you write the law in detail, you write the observation in detail, you write the conclusion in detail. That's all. Is my point clear? If it is 1 mark, means it is directly asking you the answer, one liner answer over story. Conclusion. 2 marks means 1 mark a law, 1 mark a. 3 marks means 1, 1, 1. Are you guys able to understand? People, you understood what I told? Do one last question and then I'll go. Let you go. Sir, sir. 1 minute. Do one thing. Question number 8, we will write now. Last question for the day. Question number 8. 1 minute. 1 minute. This first one I will give you 2 marks. The second one I will give you 3 marks. 5 mark ka question. Pick up your pen, write the answer, and we will go home. That's all. Pick up your pen and write. People, listen. Guys and girls, listen. In the class, it is so difficult to write. At home, you will never write. Correct? So please write. I am sitting here. Please write. Pick up your pen and write. People watching at home, people over here, remember, people who don't write don't pass. So you have to think what you want. Write, write, write. People watching at home, pick up your pen and write now. Write. I'll pause the video. Write. I give you 5 minutes. Write. Chalo, let's discuss. Can we discuss? No, people are still writing. Write, 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 write. People in the balcony. Write, Baba, write. If you want to pass, you have to write. People, can we go ahead? Everyone over here now. See. Sudama Industries wala question. Sudama Industries disposed. People, guys and girls, if you stop talking, I will talk. See, Sudama Industries, they disposed of the computer on which ITC was not taken, right? Supply, not supply? Not supply. That is okay. That answer you know. But first you have to write the law. Correct, everyone? That as per section number 7.1, C, read with schedule. Read with means together you should read schedule 1 also, correct? Permanent transfer or disposal of business asset is treated as supply even though the same is made without. However, the provision will apply only if ITC has not been availed. ITC has been availed. People, I gave you 2 marks, right? In 2 marks, what will you write? Law and the conclusion. See, therefore, the disposal of computer is not a supply as the ITC has not been availed on the same. 1 minute. Is it the law? Is it the conclusion? You will get 2 marks if you write the law in the conclusion. Over. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Prithvi wala question. I have already discussed. See the writing the answer. Law, observation, and conclusion. Can you see? I told you 3 marks, right? Have they written the law here? Observation in the given case and the conclusion. See here, everyone. Let's read. Sir, in the exam, though, I will not remember 71C and all. No problem, right? As per the CGST Act. It's okay. Can I go ahead, everyone? See, at intermediate level, at CA intermediate level, you guys are kids. You are not expected that you have to go ahead and write section numbers completely. Even if you remember as per schedule 1, write as per schedule 1. Even if you remember 71C, write 71C. If you remember as per CGST Act, write that much is enough. Can I go ahead, everyone? Supply of goods by an agent to his principal, when agent undertakes to receive on behalf of the principal, qualifies the supply even if without consideration. Is the agent receiving on behalf of the principal? Is the agent receiving in his name? Yes. Further, circular clarifies that principal agent will fall within the ambit of Schedule 1 only when the goods, madam, only when the goods are being procured by the agent on behalf of the principal are invoiced in the name of the. In that case, further provisioning means further selling of the goods by the agent to the principal without consideration would be covered under schedule and would qualify as in the given case. People, is this the law first? Next, Champak is only acting as a procurement agent and has no way involved himself in the supply or receipt. The invoice is being issued in the name of Prithvi and not Champak. People, Champak over here, he is not taking the invoice in his name. Invoice is directly in the name of the principal, and hence Champak is not an agent for the supply of goods in terms of schedule 1. People, is this the law? Is this the observation? Is this the conclusion? I will give you 2 questions to practice at home today. 1 minute. You will practice question number 2. Practice means what? Right. And you will practice question number 12. People, listen. I have done section number 7.1 and section number 7.1. Tomorrow we'll be starting with section number 7.2. People, tell me one thing. 2 minutes, you have to tell me. In section number 7, what did we learn till now? Section number 7.1, A. Do you remember or not? Everyone here. All forms for a consideration in the course of AA. Person other than individual doing an activity with the or members doing an activity for a will be considered as 7.1C. Importation of for a business, both are supply. Business will be taxable, non-business 7.1C. 4 activities without consideration also will be a supply. Now listen. If you are falling in supply, then you have to see 7.1 capital A to see whether it is supply of goods or supply of. Done. Will you revise till here tomorrow and come? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye, guys. People watching at home, bye, everyone. Please practice the question and come. Bye. People with doubts can come. People with doubts can come now. Bye, everyone.